Again, welcome. It is the one, the only L30, the bird, getting in some words with you all again. It is the second part, the lonesome part, the awesome part, actually, as well. I'll define the Esports Learning Lead, episode 12. I don't do that right ever again, huh? It's this, huh? For you guys, it's this. Sorry. Episode 12 of Learning League, Call to Arms, and it is L30, the bird, getting in some words. And the second part we're about to get into again is going to be the shoutcasting part. What we heard from Attack Fame the last time we were on 2 weeks ago, and now what I am going to actually contribute and tell you out as well as a just as a League of Legends enthusiast, as well as a shoutcaster, as well as a community member. So really cool to see from me. But there's two things I didn't talk about from the part of episode 1. Really quickly, let me go back to the other splash screen real quick. It is, oh yeah. Oops. So really quickly, usually we talked about what was what the AD carry, what you have to do to get behind, and what you're gonna do to get ahead. If say you're you need to catch up in items in top lane and you're losing pretty badly, sometimes you're gonna have to just match the damage, because sometimes if you play, say you're Riven and you're playing Lee Sin, but you're gonna be playing tank Lee Sin. Sometimes if you try to just build out tanky first and you lose that first blood, or you get ganked and you lose a lot of CS over at top lane, you kind of have to adjust your build to actually match some of that damage and somehow mitigate that damage. So maybe building up a armor, a cloth armor to help out, help you tank out a little bit more would be helpful. I mean, rushing that heart of gold is really smart and really helpful if you need to be that tank Lee Sin. But if you're going against a Riven who is already fed, or a Riven who is already up in CS, I mean, what's the point of building tanky per se if you're just going to get killed yet again really fast? So definitely, you only see it really when the opposite of your solo lane is actually really fed, like maybe 3-0, 2-0, or up 20 to 30 CS and has the 1 or 2 item advantage. And if you are in that position, first thing you should say is, I need help from a jungler, can you help me gank this lane? Or I need help from somebody, can you help me gank this lane? Second thing you're going to do is say, can you just help me out, or can I get some little bit of relief in the jungle as well, by taking some jungle creeps, by taking some of that to actually help you out to get some more money, because overall what you need to do as a top laner or a solo laner in the mid lane is get money. And if you don't have that kind of instance where you can't get these kills, where you can't even see S at the tower anymore, you're gonna have to find some other ways, some avenues to get some gold, either by ganking other lanes, because you can do that too as well, but also by stealing jungle, taking jungle experience gold from your jungler to help out yourself. But item-wise, you usually see the go for 10 kind of play out preeminently if you are behind per se, or if you're ahead, you see some gold for 10s as well. But how do you fall behind in items if you're ahead? You build up gold for 10 items, you have that 2-0 lead advantage, and you don't build anything else pretty much to that mid game. I fall victim to this a few times, and I fall victim to this when I mess up item builds. And like in StarCraft 2, if you have a build order mess up, you kind of just lose the game, period. Because if you have that build order mess up, you can generally get out of it 20% of the time, but usually 80% of the time you'll lose, because your counterpart, your AD carry, your mid, will have such an item advantage. So that really sucks. So do know where the game is at the present, and do know where your position is at the present. If you're up ahead 2-3 kills, build a little bit more attack aggressive, a little bit more, so that you can do some more damage in that early mid game, so you can actually symbol out your lane even more. If you build up that tankiness at that early game to mid game, and you are 2-0 but you don't do anything else damage wise, and you don't actually harass down your opponent, then yeah, I mean, it'll happen, and you'll probably get the GG, and you have to call the GG. unlike in StarCraft 2, League of Legends, there's a little bit more rage per se because you can, you know, you have teammates, and if your teammates don't do the right things, like supposed right things, I mean, generally you just want to win in general, right? But yeah, if your teammates kind of mess up in a build order or something like that, it really seems some people's nerves sometimes, and you know, it happens. So try to watch out where you're building. Try to watch out how you're building so they can kind of help out your team in the later go. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the awesome part 1 little addendum right there. Part 2. So we talked about shoutcasting again. It's a big thing. It's a really growing emerging thing for League of Legends slash almost every other game right now. Shoutcasting is kind of needed just to, you know, voice out opinions, help viewers learn how to navigate the game, but also, you know, play out the game as well. So for me, I started shoutcasting with when spectator mode wasn't even available. I used the TSM Invitational First Blood tournament to kind of voice out my voice for the first time and help out people, you know, just get games in and kind of, you know, have some fun, put it up on YouTube or put it up on the Twitch web. I think it was on Twitch for me mostly, just to stream it out, and then, you know, having that kind of spread around. That was really cool. Having that niche to start up with is really good. To find any other little event that happens, like for me it was not 10waystreet.com. I mean, that was a really cool thing for me. That's the second thing that really happened to me to help kind of launch my career where it is right now. But you know, having those little things to come out, I mean, generally you have to kind of soul search it, kind of soul find it for yourself, and that is why you go to the League of Legends board of competitive play, either NA, EUS, EUNE, Korea, Garnia, whatever. Find a competitive play. Find any small tournament, any big tournament. Really, it'll help out if you start out small to go big. Not gonna discourage anyone from starting out big per se. Like I've seen some people start out with like the TSM Invitational, and then yeah, things happen, and it really is tough to kind of go from your career when you start out big, like super big, and you start out really at the top of the level, and then you take this dramatic climb, especially with League of Legends, where they take shoutcasters and they just eat them up really fast. Like literally, during the TSM Invitational or during like any other big tournament, you'll see what they say about the shoutcasters within the first 2 minutes or so. And if you're not well known enough, and if you're not even you know, if you're not even professional enough per se, yeah, they'll voice your opinion, and then Reddit will voice their opinion right after. So definitely start out small, build up your character, build up your charisma, build up all that knowledge base and all that talking base, because it takes a lot of time to actually learn how to navigate a team fight through speech, because it's a lot different than actually doing it live in game, playing it out, than actually trying to do it in speech. And then, oh, there's a kill happening with this one and that one, and all this damage is coming around. I mean, that's how I kind of started out with, and now I'm a little bit better with it. I'm straying away from play-by-play, but I'm a little bit better from it. But you know, that's definitely the idea you want to kind of go with. So again, guys, we're going back to competitive play and stuff like that. Sorry about that little tangent. But yeah, you want to start out small. So usually if you want to see like a 5v5 for open to all, and you see, oh, there's a blah blah blah, and that's the blah blah blah, check out if they need a shoutcaster, check out their website, email them, and be a little bit proactive with that. And that's how I started out with, it was a side thing, Global Gaming Arena, and I kind of shoutcasted their first tournament. It was really fun, and also it was really cool to, you know, interact with the people. But as a kind of first ever really push job to actually put myself as a shoutcaster there, I mean, that just tells me that, you know, you want to work for it, you're passionate about it, and you want to, you know, just expand more. And just giving out those emails, you know, maybe like 1 out of 5 people will actually respond, or 1 out of 10 people will actually respond and tell you, oh, hey, yeah, you can do it, or no, I can't do it, man, sorry about that. Like, it really, really, really is good. So definitely check out, browse the forums, browse Reddit. I think I found the Global Gaming Arena because of Reddit, actually. But yeah, browse that. Check out if the tournaments need any shoutcasters, and try to start off really small, or start off small and then go bigger. If you're actually a bigger name in the League of Legends community, like a, say, Spam Happy, or if you're Spellsy or something like that, like you're decently well known and stuff, I would definitely try to go to a mid-major or a big level tournament and say, you know what, if you need some PvP, or the I can't even think of the word I'm trying to think about, analytical side of League of Legends casting, then, you know, invite me in. So, you know, differences in that really, really matter in general, like if you're well known and stuff like that. But also, if you're not well known and you started out like me, a nub, at level 0 to level 30, I mean, start out small, a little bit safer, a little bit safer. But that's the only first part of it. So we talked about yesterday the YouTube versus or not yesterday, 2 weeks ago, the YouTube versus shoutcasting first, or not shoutcasting, streaming first. YouTube, really quickly, I just want to talk about that. YouTube, you want to get Fraps. Fraps is a really, really great program to source code slash capture your video that you see on League of Legends, and then using your own audio or some voiceover or something like that, like an audio program like Audacity or something like that, to put the sound in there, so you can add in your vocals and then the sound game to kind of mix in and, you know, get a really, really strong and high quality video. So that's really cool if you can get that. But with shoutcasting, there's a few websites that I learned from to kind of, you know, help me out to kind of grow. First one I'm going to look at is Team Liquid. TeamLiquid.net, you can check out the streaming problem, whatever that thing is. That's usually what I use to, you know, start me out. When I was actually learning how to set up, I started out with Flash Media Live Encoder first, and then I switched over to XSplit. But Flash Media Live Encoder, and then, you know, just going to XSplit, really, really good. But, you know, this is pretty much how to build slash start up, how to, you know, get your stream up and live. So really cool to see. But that's only the first part. That is only the first part of actually streaming. Because, you know, you can get up and live, but you can't really quality the cast. Like, how do you do that? The second thing I looked at, and it was a really interesting thing, I looked at PC World, and I looked at, there's a thing that Day9 did. If you guys don't know who Day9 is a really, really, really awesome esports member, a community member for StarCraft 2. He helped out League of Legends as well, doing the after hours gaming league, and helping out professionals, you know, play games. But, you know, he's a really, really known commodity in the StarCraft 2 community. He made this little part-by-part video of how to shoutcast yourself, pretty much, or screencast yourself. And it's really, 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 really detailed. So definitely something to look out for as well. But the page I actually want to get to is the stuff that you want to use, the sound and the video. I mean, the things that he actually gave as the suggestions for, you know, how to get stuff better, how to get the equipment is really, really cool. I use the Boost Mobile mic. I use a 720p webcam right now, and there's little small things just to help you out, floor lights as well if you really need them, like really, really just upgrade your stream quality tenfold. I wish I had a better computer right now, but it's whatever. But, you know, that's just to have that extra little bit of quality, while have that extra bit of presence for, you know, other viewers to say, oh, there's a really high quality stream. Oh, it's really cool to see him working as well through the video camera and seeing his reaction and stuff like that. Any little thing to help you as a shoutcaster kind of grow out, it will really, really help you out in the long run. So having that little bit of extra money, having that extra passion for it really helps out as well. So definitely check out that link for you know, shoutcasting. But in general, shoutcasting YouTube or just uploading videos. That's generally the idea. Fraps for YouTube, shoutcasting. You want to go check out XSplit, and you want to check out Day 9's little PC World, awesomeness as well. But other than that, these are just general things you want to do to start out as a shoutcaster career. The really big thing is the most important thing about starting up in shoutcast as a shoutcaster is really finding your first tournament and really just building up from there. Finding that experience either through tournaments or through just getting those featured games and then shoutcasting those too. Like those will help you out tremendously, and it will get your name out, and you'll have other people know about you either through YouTube or either through the tournaments, just learn about you even more and just get you there. Like for me now that I'm part of Third Net Gaming, I'm part of Definitive Esports, I'm part of Pentacast Productions, like really, it was all because I started out trying to get there with that TSM First Blood Invitational, trying to get there with that Global Gaming Arena, 10winstreak.com. Like those little things to kind of launch me to where I am right now. It's really hard to say the least, because it takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of quality and it takes a lot of practice to get all that in together, but it's really good and self-fulfilling in the end if you can actually do that. So that's all I have to say about that. And yeah, what kind of other stuff? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I was looking at my questions right now. I do have a little question list on my left side, and yeah, I mean I pretty much generally answered all of that, so that is what it is. And that was episode 12, Call to Arms. I mean, it was a really interesting one in the first half, like the core items and stuff like that. That's really cool to learn about. Slash, you can kind of learn about over online if you want to just look it up. But in general, to have that extra, quick, oh, here is all the items spewed out in like one little show, kind of helps out, so you don't have to actually learn more about the items and stuff like that. Just learn. But other than that, shoutcasting, I mean, that is something of a field that's really good to get into, especially now well, not totally now, because I mean it is kind of getting filled, but get in there as soon as possible, really, to actually help you out grow, so that you can work on diction, work on pace, work on the little small stuff, and then into later stuff where you can get your name out, have that quality kind of stream, have that quality kind of cast, and be the quality caster that everyone is looking for. But other than that, thank you again, guys, from Definitive Esports, d-esports.com. Do check them out over on the Twitter webs and on YouTube's on that side, yeah, to the right. So very cool stuff. Thanks to them. Thanks also to the sponsors, Antec, XMG, Mad Cats, Triton, and also BenQ? Yeah. So BenQ, Triton, Antec, XMG, and Mad Cats. Thank you guys for sponsoring Definitive Esports. We do try to give you as much content as we can, and we do it live when we can as well. So definitely check us out on the shows that are happening. I think tomorrow is Gimbal Arms, so checking them out. They do really cool stuff with the awesome guests that they have. But other than that, thank you again, guys, for watching episode 12, Call to Arms, and thank you guys for supporting Definitive Esports / League of Legends. They support us out as well as much as you can, youtube.com/Definitive Esports. But for me, you to me, I'm going to be out.